Everybody, it's JPT playing a brand new game for you, Timber and Stone. The alpha, beta, maybe beta version? I think that's the beta version now. You can pay to play. Just go to timberandstonegame.com, learn all about the game, and watch my video and figure out what we're doing here. And yeah, it's a cool game that I actually learned about a little bit from Generic B, actually. And let's see, let's name our settlement Jasonville. Confirm that. Game world, yes, because I've already tried to temporarily play a little bit. I actually played this a little bit earlier and forgot to record my audio, so it was just the game audio. So let's see here. Please note that this is a beta version of Timber and Stone, and it is still undergoing testing before its official release. This version and all content within is provided for testing purposes only and does not represent the quality of the final product. Bugs, glitches, lack of functionality, loss of save games, yeah, I've been there, and other problems are to be expected during beta testing and can be brought to the attention of the developer on the game's forum, timberandstonegame.com/forum. Thank you for playing, Robert. No, thank you, Robert. That guy has been putting a lot of work in this game. So let's go ahead and continue. Choose your map size, medium. Let's just go ahead and do that. That worked out pretty well last time. It is a little slow on the uptake when you choose your map size, but as you can see here, you can sort of choose your areas. You got grassland, forests, swamps, deserts, tundras, mountains, and water. Lots of water. Obviously, you don't want to build a settlement in the water. That would not work out very well for you. I've been sort of trying to build near enough stuff to where I can back out. You can see a tiny little icon here. I don't know if it gets bigger or not. I've only done medium, so maybe small. It's not as tiny. That way, if monsters sort of come at us, we have, our backs are kind of to the wall, but, that's okay for now, I guess. Biome is grassland. Typography is hills. Maybe I don't want hills very much. Let's cancel that. Let's move it maybe over here. It's still hills. What about over in this area? Okay. Flat, grassland, trees, coastal. Yeah, that works. So we'll go ahead and click on confirm. So yeah, this is a game, again, I learned about not too long ago. You sort of donate money. There was a Kickstarter campaign for it that got you in, but now it's just sort of overall donations for this guy who is programming this game on a daily basis. The forum gives a lot of information about sort of what is working, what's not working. You go, you donate money. You can donate a certain amount. I donated enough to where I can actually download the game and play all future versions of it because I think it's pretty cool. And so basically, as I'm waiting here, it's creating the game world that you can look at and then place your settlement. And then when you place your settlement, it's going to place a fire in, I think, 5 different people. So as you can see here, this map has been generated based on the location you've chosen. Use the mouse controls with the WSAD keys by default to move the camera and view the terrain. So that's what I'm doing here. Satisfied with this location, press settle here or find new location. So you can do that to look around. You can right click and drag and sort of zoom around. This location is, it's just okay. It's not the greatest, but I think for now, there's a good chance we might not make it through this. So let's go ahead and just settle here. So when you click on settle here, and you can always back out, which is really cool. You can find a new location, that kind of thing. You're not stuck with what you got. Use the selector, left click to choose the starting locations of your initial settlers and campfire, plus find new location, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so again, you can sort of right click and drag and go around. If it's red, you can't build on it. If it's blue, you're good to go. So, and if you want to zoom in, you can use your little mouse wheel there. Let's go ahead and build our settlement, because where you place the fire is going to be important because you're going to want to probably build a house to get things started. I think I'm going to get rid of this tree initially or eventually and keep our miners a little bit closer than they were in the last time I recorded, which you didn't see because I'm a dummy. So let's go ahead and do that. So position chosen, start game, or go back. So again, you can go back if you want. You don't have to actually do that. Ooh, and it zooms in all the way, which is rather strange. So let's see here. You start with 6 people. My apologies, not 5. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and press P just so I can explain what's going on here. we started off, we've got some raw stone for 3 trees, 34 food, which is awesome. I think when you get up to 100, that's when other people sort of, they're like, hey, this might be a cool place to live. That's what I've heard. I haven't actually officially read that as a official message. But yeah, just let me explain a little bit what's going on here. These don't show up as default. Up here, you've got sort of your day 1, morning, that kind of thing. It tells you obviously what time of day it is, how many days you've actually survived, that kind of thing. A little bit like Don't Starve in that sense, where it sort of tells you how many days you've been into it. Down here, you've got your notifications. You can right-click to remove urgent notifications, which show up in red. As you can see, Timber and Stone is the beta version, not alpha. So yeah, beta. Nice little welcome message, and we've paused the game. If you want to make the notification window, you can click and hold, or just single click, and it does it in increments. But I think for now, we'll just keep it as tight as we can. You can also make it as tall as you need to. These notifications come fast and furiously, so I think I'm going to keep it about right there. Again, you can zoom in all the way. It's like freaky like that. Or you can zoom all the way out, which is a pretty good draw distance, I think, which is pretty cool. But, you know, you'll never probably get more than about this far out before you need to. So again, you start with a number of guys. Let's see, we've got Leopold Randall, the Forager. It's kind of an interesting name. Let's see here. We've got Lawrence, the Woodchopper. You can click on the guys, or you can use the bracket keys, which are a little bit too far away from me, but I'm just going to keep the defaults. Godwin, the Builder. Interesting name. Again, Leopold, the Forager. Godwin Cameron, the Stonemason. Are they twins? Godwin Cameron... Godwin, the Builder, Henry Fox, the Carpenter, John 3:16, the Blacksmith. I talk like this, and I speak in Bible verses. Awesome. It puts the names in there for default. You can actually change them, and I'll show you how to do that here in a second. So Godwin, the Builder, Leopold, the Forager. So you've got different jobs, and you can change those. And so again, you can just sort of left-click the guys, or you can use the bracket keys to get to them. So down here, you've got different options that you can use. The first 4 options you will actually see in the menu. I learned that this 5th key is sort of like a halt key, like you can pause individual players what they're doing. It shows up in brown when they're actually active, and it shows up in gray when they're not. So I guess that's like putting a glove on and not putting a glove on. I wish that one thing, and I will sort of post this in the forums, is I think when you hover over them, it'd be really cool if it told you what that thing was. So when you click on it, it opens up the menu. So technically this first one down here on the right of the screen left on the menu is information. So I wish it would just say like information, like up here or over here or something. That way you can sort of know what you're clicking on, and I could learn what this 5th one was because it doesn't show up here. So information. Under the information menu on each individual character, you see the name, their health, their morale, fatigue, hunger, and what level they are, and sort of the status, what they're building towards. Hunger is important because if you have too many people, I hear that they'll just die. They'll just die if you don't have enough food. So at some point, you're just going to be like, whoa. We can't support all these people, and go away. Like you can actually send people away and just get rid of them if they try to come in and be like, hey, I want to be a part of your town or settlement or whatever you want to call it. So information, that's the first one. Then professions. Sometimes guys are more than what they are. So we've got this woodchopper. He's actually a better engineer, surprisingly enough. And engineers, I haven't actually seen anybody get to the point where they use engineers. I'm assuming you can use engineers for sort of catapults and other weird weaponry that you'll use later on. So yeah, you can choose between archer, builder, fisherman, farmer, infantry, stonemason, blacksmith, carpenter, engineer, forager, miner, and woodchopper. And down here it says profession changing will result in a complete loss of the current professions experienced and reduced morale. So I don't know. I haven't seen that actually do the experience thing. The morale thing hasn't been an issue so far. So you can change these around, and trust me, you will change these around to make convenience for you, because you really need a forager because he's going to bring in a lot of the food. You need a builder because you're going to end up needing to build walls and stuff. A fisherman, you don't really need right away. A farmer is going to be important, Infantry not so important early on, although enemies will eventually come get you, from what I hear. Stonemason is going to be important. Blacksmith as well. Carpenter. These 3 guys, you're going to need them, but you're going to probably interchange them a lot. Again, engineer, I haven't seen anybody use. Forager is important. Miner is going to be very important, actually, to the point where if you can get 2 of them, it's going to make your life a lot easier. And woodchopper, you can send 1 guy out, and he's pretty good after a while. So equipment, you can see you've got main hand, offhand, helmet, chest piece, and boots. These last 3 are armor. These other 2 are different things. You can actually click on these and sort of tell them what to use. I don't start off that way. What I usually do is I go to preferences, because it's going to say automatically re-equip the best quality X. If you click on that, you will notice that a weapon will appear in their hand, and it says independently chop nearest trees. You can tell them to chop trees, but if you don't care about the trees around you, just click on that and he's going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tab out of this menu here and unpause it, and you'll see, bam, he's got an axe, and he's going to head off and start chopping this tree. I didn't tell him to do that. Oh, I kind of did, but I didn't tell him directly to do that. He's just going to chop down that tree and leave a little stump there. So let's go ahead and pause it again. So that's sort of what you're going to need to do with all these guys. I think you can actually hit F1. Yeah, hit F1, F2, F3, F4. I don't know if F5 triggers the 5th one over here. I don't think it does. But we've got Godwin Cameron. I don't like that name. I kind of like Cameron. If you just double click on the name, you can change it in the menu. So he's Cameron the stonemason. He's also a pretty good archer, which will come in handy later. He's also a good woodchopper, which I don't know what good old, what's his face here was. Let's see. Was he a better woodchopper? You're going to change him around. I recommend doing that. Yeah, see, he's not that good of a woodchopper. He's a much better engineer. Let's make him a stonemason. Lawrence the stonemason. And maybe this first episode I'm just going to show you the menu stuff, and then in the next couple episodes I'll show you how to do things. So again, this autonomy is going to be different for each person, but that's just a part of the game. We don't need 2 stonemasons. He's actually a pretty good farmer too. Let's just go ahead and make him a woodchopper, because he's going... Nope, that's going to happen automatically. So yeah, let's go ahead and out of that one. And, you're just going to run into things where you just do that. Okay, so he's a really good blacksmith, so we're going to keep him as a blacksmith. Excellent. John 3:16, the blacksmith. I like that. That's funny. Next guy is a forager. Display bow range when selected. Yeah, I've really not seen that come in handy so far. Gather berries for food, hunt chicken, and hunt boar. That's just going to automatically happen. And it's going to tell you what resources are going to gather down here in the notifications. Yeah, he'll become a very good forager, not foreigner. Builder, automatically equip the best quality hammer. Yes. He's a decent farmer. Do we even have a farmer right now? I don't think we do we? I don't think we do. Stonemason, carpenter. Yeah, we need a farmer. Ugh. This is what's annoying. Like, it's like you kind of need 7, but maybe that's a part of the difficulty early on. Best quality hammer, carpenter. Yeah, he's a good carpenter. So there we go. Let's just go ahead and unpause it. So everyone's just going to sort of choose their tool. These guys wish to have a hammer, but that's fine. So like, he's going to start chopping down this tree. He's just going to stand there until you tell him to do something. So right now, who was the farmer in this group? I don't remember. Was it you? Yes, it was you. You're now a farmer, Henry Fox. Okay, so let me go ahead and pause it again. So these guys, doing their own thing. You can right-click on these to get rid of them. They're still there, but they'll go away. So yeah, we want to sort of start building something here. And so he's chopping down that tree. He's foraging the food over here. But we want to actually start doing stuff. So up here, you've got design, structures, and resources. And what I want to do is I want to design a farm, And you start off with a number of seeds. So you've got wheat seeds, potato seeds, carrot seeds, pumpkin seeds of just different numbers, turnips, corns, and flax. This is actually the first time I've gotten flax seed. I've played a couple times before just to get a hang of it. So I want to plant some wheat. Let's plant it. I know we're going to build a house pretty close to this, so let's go ahead and just make this area over here our farm. I'm going to just start with a 3x2x1. I feel like that's been a decent size so far for other farms. So we're going to plant wheat, potatoes, and carrots. And one more. Do we want pumpkins? No, we want corn. Let's just go ahead and do corn. Not the band. That would be interesting. That would make the game very interesting. Let me go ahead and unpause this, because I know there's people like, oh, you're cheating, you're pausing it. But I just want to show you how things are done. So here we go. Henry Fox is he's going to start putting the farms there. If you go back to design, it's going to show you roughly where things are going to be built. Okay. So you can build roads, you can build different things out of stone, blah, 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 blah. I'll get that here in a second. It's very important that we start mining, though. And that is the sound, and I'm going to... Sound effect volumes, those just naturally happen. I don't know why they're so loud. I wish they're kind of annoying, to be honest. I wish those were considered music and not sound effects volume. I guess that's helping transition between different things, or to tell me that different times of day are happening. I'm not 100% sure just yet. But in order for you to hear different things going on, the closer you zoom in, the louder it is, like bam, that kind of thing. Let's go over here. You don't hear it when you go away. That's actually kind of cool. I appreciate that. So let's go over here and get rid of some of these stone blocks here. So we click on design, dig mine, and you're going to be able to click, just click, let go, and then sort of drag to however far you want to go. And so we want to do this top level first. So when you do that, so make that selection, click again, it's going to do these blocks individually. And sometimes they do blend in, but that's fine. So we want to get rid of these as well. So we click and do that. And somebody should be... Oh, somebody doesn't have a stone thing yet. So let's see. Let me right-click off of that. Left-click there. Blacksmith, you don't need that tool. Or wait. Do we have somebody that... Well, you're a builder. You're now a miner. Or is this other guy a better miner? Ugh, I always click on the wrong one. Whatever, you're a miner now. So go. Go over there. There you go. Okay, he's going over there. And what are you? You're a stonemason. Are you a better miner? No, but you are now. So go mine. Go help mine, because it's going to be important. Okay. So as you can see, you want to maybe double up on the miners. I think it's a good strategy. This guy's a builder. We need to do another campfire. You are now a stonemason? Can stonemasons do fires? Yes, okay. So we want to build another campfire. I usually like to do them right away. I like to keep them in line with other things. Let's build it. Oops. It is kind of hard to tell sometimes if something is in line. Let's just go ahead and build that there. So he should go over there. Not available. Yeah, I know. I'm trying. I'm getting to it. So let's see here. Workshop. A masonry bench is going to come in handy very early. You do want to maybe build it near a fire. You can rotate things by hitting the pause button. Or the space bar, sorry. And so let's just go ahead and build it. I do want to do the carpentry inside. Masonry can be outside, so let's go ahead and just put the masonry bench there. And as you can see, he's going to go over there and build it, because it requires 4 raw stone and 4 wood logs. We have 17 raw stone, and 10 wood logs. So we've got plenty of resources. And again, you can keep track of them here. Let me show you how to get those resources up on that menu, because this does not appear naturally. So if you click on resources, click on this, track resource. You can't untrack things as far as I can tell. I didn't really want to have dirt down here, but hey, guess what? I do now. Let's just go ahead and track coal. So we track the resource there. I don't know if you can click and move these up and down. I kind of wish you could, but not necessarily a priority in a beta. You can still see them. That's very cool. Tab out of it. So now he's got his own bench. So now he can start building tools. So let's go to design, or no, resources, tools. Everyone keeps complaining about hammers, right? Yeah. So design, or resources, tools, stone hammer. We do have some iron ingots. That's kind of cool. But let's just go ahead and build some tools. You'll get some lag whenever the game saves, which is kind of annoying. But if you click on add 5 to queue, it kind of tells you what a hammer's crafted for. It tells you all about that. It used to be that you had to click on it just like a bunch of times. This add 1, 5, and 20 wasn't there, so you'd have just a bunch listed there. But now it's stackable, which is very cool. I like that. So now he's building just a bunch of hammers, and it tells you over here how many you have. So that'll go from 1 to 2, etc., etc. Can we build? Let's just go ahead and build an iron axe, because I believe that these will these sort of like last longer. So a stone axe is better, or okay, that's better, that's better, that's better, and that's great. A steel axe, we don't have any steel. So yet, I think that's under crafting. Yeah, so you can sort of build those by a blacksmith. We don't have one right now, but that requires also a forge, which I will show you eventually. But yeah, this is a pretty decent start. And as I can see, these miners are just standing around. So let me tell them to mine some more materials. So I'm going to start over here in this corner. And you want to make a selection enough to where you can, get this and this also. So you're going to overdo it. But it'll only be at the level you start at. So as you can see, these guys will dig down. I don't think they can dig above their heads, but they will dig underneath them, which is something to keep in mind. So over here we've got, let's just do a tour. So Henry's doing the farming, Cameron's doing some wood chopping. Zoom in a little bit. Leopold just foraged some food, some berries. And now he's going over there. One thing to keep in mind with foragers, it's kind of a difficult word, is you want to equip them with some arrows and a short bow as soon as possible, because that will also help them shoot chickens and pigs and stuff. I don't think they'll naturally like strangle them with their hands, but it comes in handy for them to do that. And this may not be a great place for him to do that, but oh well. So we'll hit the bracket button again. Go back to the wood chopping, go back to the farming. These two guys are mining, and he's just standing around doing absolutely a diddly squat. Let's see here. So we got 49 food now, and let's go ahead and change him. No, actually, we got plenty of hammers now. Did that axe ever get built? Did we ever build it? No, we didn't. Oh, wait, no, it's over here. He can't build it. Oh, because he doesn't have a forge or an anvil. That's cool. So now you can click on over here. You can move it up, move it down, move it to the top. We can't do it, so let's just remove it from the queue. Stone pickaxe. Oh, yeah. Let's just add 5 of those, because these guys over here are mining, and that's important to keep up on those. One other really cool thing you can do is you can right-click on stumps and remove them, especially if you want to build stuff. So I'll click on remove stump, and at some point, where's our, he's over here. So when he's done with that tree, I do believe he's going to come and remove that stump from that area, because we're going to need that in order to build. Zoom out a little bit. So yeah, we got a forager up here, guy cutting here, making stuff there, farming here, and mining here. It's very cool. Very, very cool. So yeah, now he's coming over and going to remove that stump for me, because he listens like a good man. What's your name?